him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-magob, it's time for the only news that matters. And Neil Young has grudgingly returned his catalog to Spotify. He removed his music back in 2022 in protest against the streaming service exclusive Joe Rogan podcast, accusing the production of spreading misinformation. And in a new post on his website, Young made no bones about his dislike of Spotify, but explained his move was a reaction to Rogan's show becoming available on other platforms too. Bullshit. This is amazing to me, how he does this. It's like, it makes him look like the biggest hypocrite ever. Alright? This is what he says. He says, Spotify, the #1 streamer of low-res music in the world. Spotify, where you get less quality than we made, but now be home to my music again. My decision comes as music services Apple and Amazon have started serving the same disinformation podcast feature I had opposed on Spotify. Can you believe this? Can you believe he's just said this? I mean, it boggles my mind how he doesn't even think he looks like a huge hypocrite by writing that. Let me continue. And then he says, I cannot just leave Apple and Amazon like I did Spotify because my music would have very little streaming outlets to music lovers at all. So I have returned to Spotify in sincere hopes that Spotify's sound quality will improve and people will be able to hear and feel all the music as we made it. Oh my God. All right, Neil Young's catalog can also be heard on Qbuzz and Tidal, saying those services are high res as well. I hope all you million Spotify users use my songs. They will now be there for you, except the full sound we created. He finished with a direct message to Spotify. Hey Spotify, aka my master, you can do it. Really, be #1 in all ways. You have the music and the listeners. Start with limited high-res tier and build from there. Can you believe this? Am I dreaming? Or is this the dumbest thing I've ever heard any rock star say? I mean, really? Oh, since Apple and Amazon are now broadcasting the Joe Rogan experience that I left Spotify for, but I won't leave Apple and Amazon. You know why? Because I'm a hypocrite. Remember in the 80s when I did that video, This Note's for You, making fun of artists doing Pepsi commercials and stuff like that? You're no different. You want the money. And there's nothing wrong with that. But man, does it tick me off with all these phony balonies. Thinking, I don't need the money and I'm more about integrity. Screw you. This guy proves it right now. Oh, and Apple and Amazon are playing Joe Rogan Experience? Well, I guess I should put my music back on Spotify to make even more money. And then I'll go out there because I don't know who the hell, really? Do Neil Young have sheep that bad that would hear that quote and think to themselves, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. You love Spotify integrity. You don't care what Joe Rogan has to say. You hate it and you left because you are not a fan of Joe Rogan. Yeah, Neil Young. And then he comes out and says, well, they just put it on Joe Rogan on Amazon and everything. And now I'm going to put mine back on Amazon? Shouldn't you leave Apple and Amazon? Well, I think he would if he had integrity, but he doesn't. He needs money. Just like Rage Against the Machine. That was a joke. Really, I mean, right from the get-go. This Rage Against the Machine, against capitalism, what do? They sign with a capitalistic record company. And now we all know the last time they reformed, they were charging too much money and stuff like that. They're all about the money. Hey, I'm about the money. Everybody's about the money. And, you know, all you people that write stuff like, oh, this is a cash grab and this and that. That's right, it is. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's wrong to you. But, yeah, if you can make a lot of money, you're going to turn it down. I will dress up as Ace Frehley and Peter Criss at the same time. Hire me, Paul and Gene. I don't give a fuck about integrity. Money. But no, Neil Young wants you to think he's got integrity. And what does he do? The most idiotic thing I have ever seen. I'm taking my thing off Spotify because you support Joe Rogan. All right, now Joe Rogan moves to Apple and Amazon. Oh, wow, damn. I might as well go back to Spotify then. Because I'm over here and they're spreading misinformation. I have no integrity. And I gotta add, fuck Crazy Horse. That shit sucks. I'll tell you this right now. Neil Young, acoustically, is a genius. I love the Harvest album. I think a lot of his acoustic songs are awesome. I love it. I hate him. I hate him with this damn electric crap, you know. My, hey, Spotify makes me look lame. Hey, my master is Spotify. Keep on rocking in these nuts. Remember when he was on MTV Award with Pearl Jam doing that song? Man, I'm looking at that and I'm like, look at this old fart. Even back then, what is that, 30 years ago? Trying to rock, just hitting one like, you know, one chord. Bing, 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 bing. And I'm like, this is cool. It is to a lot of people, don't get me wrong. I do understand people love that stuff. To me, his stage presence was like an elderly man from a retired home. It just didn't work. But yeah, I guess a lot of young people back then were looking at it saying, oh, look at Grandpa trying. I like Grandpa. He's up there making a fool out of himself, but he's rocking to Free World. That song sucks. I hate that song. What do you all think of this travesty? Oh, this note's for you. I mean, the balls on this guy. The balls on this guy. Even after doing a video like that in the 80s, and his old age, to show exactly what he's about. Money. I want money. All right? I took it off Spotify, but fuck it. I'll get it off Apple and Amazon. Oh, wait. Joe Rogan's on there too? All right, what the hell? Let's go back on Spotify. Because I have no spine. That's what I think. Do you think that? What do you think? All I know is this guy, he's a sellout to his own cause. Another phony. They're all phony. All these bands that say they do it for the artistic merit. All phony. They all want money. We all want money. We all need to eat. We want a house. Damn it, and cars. That's how I roll. But that's how the human race rolls. But when you're somebody like Neil Young going out there and telling you it's not a good idea, guys, to sell yourself out to Coca-Cola. It's not a good idea. But you know what? Now it's a good idea, right? To sell out to Spotify. Already sold out to Apple and Amazon, after all. What a hypocrite. Anyway, thank you for watching the only news that matters. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't and ring that little notification bell. I totally would appreciate it. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.